Hello and welcome back to the world's most famous podcast, Group Chat After Dark. We've been on vacation, but we're back better than ever. Michael, how the hell are you?
We took our yearly break. We're refreshed and relaxed, and now we're back.
This chair just broke, so there's that.
Well, you know, sometimes things happen.
Yeah, but we're just going to roll with it. If you're watching the podcast...
I don't want any more bullshit from anybody.
And that includes me.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hot. We don't need anybody yelling. If you're watching the podcast, you will see that despite my normal surroundings, I'm actually on the road this week, so things are a little different. Might sound a little different because I'm not my normal setup. I'm actually on the road. I'm in a hotel with chairs that break.
He's broadcasting live from a tunnel underground.
Yes, apparently Michael is reporting that my audio is vastly different, so my apologies. But I wanted to bring you this podcast before the end of the month because we're actually doing this on not the last day of the month.
We didn't wait forever. Yeah, it's.
We kind of did, but it's not the very last minute for once. We're like a few minutes before the last minute for once. So
well, you know what's always useful in the last minute.
What's that?
Sometimes your in-laws spring it on you. They're coming in 10 minutes, and you gotta clean up real good, make everything shiny. Best way to do that is the Scrub Daddy.
The Scrub Daddy. You're right.
The best-selling product in the history of Shark Tank, Scrub Daddy.
Awesome.
Don't let the ring guy fool you. He did not take a deal on Shark Tank, so he doesn't count. Scrub Daddy is number one. So the new thing now is they have a paste similar to if you're on the TikTok, the pink stuff is literally the name of the item, but they have Scrub Daddy paste now that can quadruple your cleaning efforts if used in conjunction with the Scrub Daddy or Scrub Mommy.
Quadruple?
Yeah, scientifically proven. 4 times as fast, 4 times as much.
Proven by science.
Yep.
Can't argue with that.
Nope. Science is real, and in no way is it to be ignored.
Very good point. Very good point.
But check it out. Use the promo code GCHAD. Click the microphone in the top left corner. Promo code GCHAD to get you a sparkling deal, 0% off your entire order, not just part of it.
I apologize. During your brilliant ad read, I got a little distracted because there's broken glass all over the desk here in this hotel.
If anyone in the future is seeing this, the last communication Ben had with the world is being documented.
Yeah, I'm staying at a very seedy motel. Actually, I'm staying at a very nice hotel, but apparently this light bulb has broken at some point. I'm assuming after the cleaning crew was in here because, anyway.
Wow.
Sorry, I got a little distracted during your amazing ad read.
Well, again, followers of the GCHAD, use the promo code GCHAD.
Yes.
Click the microphone, type it in. You'll get a hell of a deal, 0% off your total order.
0%. What about free shipping?
You will get free shipping if you pay for it.
Fair enough. Well, we want to thank Scrub Daddy for pretending to sponsor this show for many months in a row now.
Scrub Daddy, it's the longest running sponsor in the history of the show.
Yes, I forgot to, in my haste to set up my background before I left town, I forgot to put my Scrub Daddy and Scrub Mommy on top of my little GCHAD sign behind me. So I apologize that is not there. And since I'm not in the studio, my home studio, I can't go get them and bring them out. But just know that we do have them. And
yes,
they are still loyal. Mint inbox.
They are loyal. They are the loyal sponsors of this fine show, providing the internet with services since 2020.
Yeah, and fuck Bombas.
Yeah, because they wouldn't pay us enough.
Yeah, or at all. Neither does Scrub Daddy, but oh well. So here we are once again. We've got Michael. I gotta say, from where I've been traveling, and I'm not smart. Michael has really taken the lead on this month's episode. So yes. You have got a great topic for us, and I know this much about it. So you will actually be explaining things to me. I won't be pretending to not know what you're talking about. So that'll be good.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. This is a big part of my life now that I live in the suburbs. It is a it's basically better than a soap opera because it's probably real. What we're talking about, what we're talking about is Nextdoor, which, if you're not familiar, is an app that allows neighborhoods to communicate with each other. So you join it, and you can only communicate with people within a certain radius of your house. You have to be authenticated that you actually live there by some admins. I don't know where the admins are, but um, it has turned into. Remember the early the early days of Facebook where people would just post literally everything and anything going on in their day,
Don't they
and
still do that?
well, I don't know. I've been off Facebook for
Oh,
three
that's
years.
true. That's a good point.
Um, but back in the day, all Facebook statuses started with "your name is."
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that is like Nextdoor. So it's like the cowboy version of the internet. And many people of the elderly generations have begun to try to use this app, and they bring up very random things, mainly complaining about it because that's all they have to do all day.
Now, let me
um,
ask you this question: as an elder myself, when the mail comes, it's a big deal. Did they post anything about the mail? Like,
yes,
fucking mail's late again today. Is anybody
yes,
else?
yeah, they the big one for my neighborhood specifically is the trash and the recycling.
Ah,
Like,
yes.
did the blue trash can company come yet? Did anybody get their trash picked up yet? No, mine's been out there 3 days. I still ain't seen them. So they have a running gag on the trash guy, whether or not they're going to show up. Um, Trash was having a huge problem in staffing during the pandemic, and people really do not care.
No.
They just want their stinking trash picked
Yeah.
up at 5 a.m. every week, regardless of who's doing it. So there is the other cool thing about my next door is it's become a haven for finding lost pets. So anytime somebody
Yes.
loses their pets, and literally everybody on Nextdoor, the people that don't have stuff to do during the day, will just go out and drive around looking for these lost pets. So
Nice.
it's like Chompy last sighted on this
Yeah.
road, and this lady's like, "Oh, I walk down there every day. I look for Chompy, and I didn't find him today."
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, somebody will comment, "Hey, we found him. He came back home," or whatever. So finding pets and apparently searching for pets is like Nextdoor is the place to do it. So
Okay.
if you lose your pet, make sure you put it on Nextdoor.
So I have something similar because I honestly, until you texted me about this topic, I honestly never heard of Nextdoor. But we have where I live, there's a Facebook group for my
Yes.
neighborhood
Uh-huh.
that you have to be invited to. So when you move in, you get to talking to your neighbors or whatever. Like, oh, we'll invite you, and that's exactly what this is. People put in the wintertime. It's like, hey, I'm going to be out plowing driveways today. Who does anybody
Mm-hmm.
need me to get? There's lost pets. We have a lot of wind in my up on the hill where I live, so it's hey, has anybody seen my yard flag? It's those type of things that I get. So Nextdoor is just an app where you don't necessarily. I mean, obviously, you have to go through the verification process and everything to be included in a certain neighborhood, but it localizes not just Facebook users but all Nextdoor users
Yeah.
to
And
updates for the same thing.
yeah, and you can sell shit on there too. So
Okay,
it's pretty much Facebook for like
yeah,
people that live in suburbs.
or people that
Um,
don't have Facebook.
yeah, right. You can sell stuff, you can do updates, and like you can give stupid virtual gifts to people like when they join the
Oh,
neighborhood. Like, Ben just
awesome!
moved in, give him a turkey leg or whatever it is.
Hell yeah!
Um,
Give
but
me that turkey leg
the
next door.
people just they eat it up. Like the people are just posting nonstop.
Yeah,
Like, did you see at 2 p.m. the four police officers outside of so and so's house? Wonder what was
yeah,
going on there. And then somebody else comments like, I think it was some kind of video shoot. And somebody else comments and they're like, no, it was domestic violence. I saw them. It's just there's just rampant with speculation. And
awesome.
yeah, Nextdoor is pretty interesting, and there is actually a Twitter account dedicated solely to crazy stuff on Nextdoor. It is at best of Nextdoor, and this person does a wonderful job curating the content. I scrolled through a few tweets here and I found one from the 4th of July that says, "Flags. On my 2.5 miles with my dog, I saw a grand total of 13 American flags flying. I was hoping to see more." And it has three flags, and they are the Liberian flag. So the next person in line commented and said, "Your emojis are the Liberian flag." This emoji. Um,
That's head what do you call face palm?
so people are uh, they're going off. Somebody else posted, "Please keep your dogs and children quiet in the morning. Some of us have been up all night setting off fireworks. Thanks."
That's pretty good. I so in the little bit of research that I got to do today regarding this topic, I did find I actually found an interview with the curator of the best of
Nice.
Nextdoor app. That was the first thing I read because when you messaged me, you said we could talk about Nextdoor, the Psycho Neighborhood app. So I thought, I mean, so when I searched for it, I searched Nextdoor app and I went to news specifically because I was like, there's got to be something that's happened in the news that he wants to talk about with this. And that was ultimately where I found that interview. So is there, like, obviously her thing, I didn't get to read the entirety of the interview because unfortunately I was doing my research at work. And I was actually in the office, in the corporate office today. So I needed to I couldn't screw off like I normally do. I mean, like when I work really hard from home.
Yes.
Um, so the article led me to believe there's like a seedy underbelly of Nextdoor. Is that the case? Is that her, the I guess the gist of her Twitter account?
Well, so kind of. It's also like weird, just weird shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like, remember when Craigslist was actually popular? Like people used
Oh yeah.
Craigslist, and there was just the randomest stuff on there, like free fish if you come and get it now. If you wait
Yeah.
5 minutes, I'll fry them up. It's like stuff like that. And so there's a lot of weird stuff, and it's hard to tell if it's just like people are spamming Nextdoor as a
Hmm.
fake thing to get internet clout or not.
Sure.
Um, but so I was looking through the Twitter account, and then I saw Nextdoor CEO came out and said, "I don't like this Twitter account." Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because uh, apparently he does not find it humorous
And I get
for
that. I
some
mean,
reason.
because I'm sure
This account
you
has
know,
more followers than the real Nextdoor Twitter account.
yeah, which makes sense. Because the
Yeah, I
real
mean it's
Nextdoor
funny.
Twitter account's going to talk about product updates and features and things. They don't care about that. They want the funny stuff.
Yeah,
So, but I get it. I mean, if there's it's like anything else. A spoof account, typically whatever is being spoofed is not going to be a big fan of the spoof account, especially when it's more popular.
definitely. Definitely. It's very interesting. There's a lot of complaints about fireworks on here. Um,
And you
it's
know what? I got to say, the older I get, the more I hate fireworks. I think we've talked about this recently since, we are in July now. I, I, I don't know. I don't get the point. I did, however, really enjoy taking my kids to the town's fireworks. I don't like people setting off fireworks in their neighborhood, especially when you live in a neighborhood like me that the houses are really close together.
Yeah.
I don't care for that because it starts usually 2 weeks before 4th of July.
Well, and it sets Nextdoor ablaze. They're like House 2462 setting off fireworks. Better call the
Yeah.
police.
Hmm.
And it's just like, you got to take yourself a little less seriously.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares that much. Um, the biggest thing that I've seen on my personal Nextdoor was somebody reported somebody else and took a picture of their car and license plate, essentially doxing them for pulling up over on the side of the road. So we have those little boxes you can go and get dog poop bags out to pick up your dog
Yeah.
poop. We have those everywhere, and somebody pulled over uh, in front of them, got out, took every single bag out of one, went back in their car and left. And so somebody basically doxed them for doing that, took their license plate and their car, and said, "If you
Wow.
see this person, they stole all of our dog poop bags. Don't let them do it again." And that was pretty wild because it felt like kind of an invasion of privacy a little bit.
Yeah, because that's actually happened in our Facebook group before, where I've seen a post where somebody says this car, and they've stopped on the street and taken a picture of the car with the license plates on it. This car, whoever owns this car needs to slow down. There's kids that live in this neighborhood.
Oh
And
yeah.
like, I understand, but yeah, now like it's not really cool to post people's information like that.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
kind of a no-no.
you could say this silver Jeep on this street should slow down rather than posting the license plate and everything. Because yeah, you can trace that stuff back. So
Well, so what's your opinion on having an open forum where your neighbors can put literally anything about you?
I'm interested just because I usually am entertained by, because every now and then in our neighborhood Facebook group, there's some, I saw one recently, a lady posted, does anybody have any tips for catching a small dog that gets loose? Because in the past several months, I've learned that getting in your car and honking the horn and yelling its name is not the answer, or so, so it was obviously very mocking of their neighbors that apparently lose control of their dog pretty regularly. The kind of bullshit drama I usually get a kick out of there. So I feel like I want to look into Nextdoor for my neighborhood and see if anybody's on it. Because again, literally until today, I had never heard of this app because
It
I'm very
is
old and out of touch.
it is a gold mine, and there is all kinds of drama. Like old people will start arguing. People post political stuff in there for no
Yeah,
reason,
well, that's yeah.
and then they start arguing about it. I was just scrolling down the Twitter account here. I found I found a really funny one, and this goes back to the whole like I really don't care if you stop using stuff, but they're like, unfortunately, I have to stop using the Nextdoor app because people are always posting pictures of snakes. I can barely stand. I can barely stand typing the word, not to mention seeing one. I have a super bad phobia of snakes, and every time I unexpectedly see a picture of one, my telephone goes flying across the room. Are the snake pictures really necessary? OMG, help me.
And on the one hand, excuse me, I'm very old. On the one hand, I I understand that because I do know plenty of people who have not just beef with snakes, that they don't like them, or or snakes, bugs, whatever the case may be, but it's a legit phobia. and
Yeah,
and so I do understand where that person is coming from, but at the same time, when you make a very damning piece like that for everyone, you really just kind of open yourself up for ridicule.
yeah, but just stop using. Just don't look at the pictures. Just keep scrolling.
Yeah, I don't think
You
people can
know?
do that because
Well, then
even though
then
you say, yeah,
don't
yeah,
use the
well,
car or the app.
that's what they said. They don't want to use it anymore. But you don't
Why you gotta announce
shame
it?
everybody. Yeah,
Why
well, yeah, because you gotta shame everybody. But yeah,
I'm no longer using my cell phone because I don't support Verizon.
yeah. Well, there you go. But yeah, I could see it from both sides of that one. But to me, that's just asking for it. People are going to really get after you.
Oh yeah,
Oh
somebody that
well,
immediately the next comment is somebody put a picture of their snake and said sleep tight.
yeah, exactly. Bunch of snake emojis, and yeah, I mean, people are going to flame you for something like that. So, well, so my question is, if I were a single man, would I use Nextdoor for hooking up?
People try. People they are apparently sliding in the DMs of people they find attractive because they're close by to their house.
Oh,
So
see, that's
yeah,
creepy, and that's
yeah.
the now. And you may have covered this, and I'm not very smart when I wasn't listening. Does it reveal to you where anybody lives?
It's a general neighborhood. So like
Okay,
mine encompasses like 5 subdivisions, but you
gotcha.
wouldn't know my specific subdivision.
Yeah, so it doesn't say
My
Magum
address.
at house number
Yeah.
whatever. Okay,
Yeah. No, it just says like your name and then the subdivision you live in or the area. Next door has it broken out in like geographical areas
okay, good.
and it will just say that. Um, but no, that's a good question. It would be weird, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Well, and not safe, I think.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like to our point of posting, license plates and everything. That,
Yeah.
that's identifying somebody pretty blatantly. So to put their address on blast, which I'm sure there have been problems on certain Nextdoor groups,
Oh, I'm
people
sure.
posting issues with their neighbors at such and such address.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And uh, it's like people could talk to each other and probably solve a lot of problems. Like I wonder how many people are like flaming their neighbors because they don't like them.
Probably, yeah. I mean, that's because you always end up with some little issue with some, especially the more you don't know them. The more you get to know your neighbors, maybe not, but the ones you don't know as well. Some bitch across the street. We need to trim them damn hedges, and you get all bent out of shape about that type of stuff. Um, so I'm going to ask you a question now that I know you're not a representative of Nextdoor, but since I am an ignorant when it comes to Nextdoor, Nextdoor is not new. I mean, it's
No,
been around for a while now.
it's been around a while. There's a whole bunch of copycat apps of Nextdoor. So like different HOAs will force different companies to or different places to use different apps, but Nextdoor is slowly taking over all of them.
Okay.
It's been around a few years now, but it really got popular with the olds in the last couple of years.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to say there must have been sort of an influx in it, but I believe the article I was reading earlier, the interview with the Best of Nextdoor Twitter account, I think it was going back to like 2012, 2013 is when it first kind of started.
Yeah, it
Um,
was I think it was an offshoot of like Craigslist.
hmm,
Um or something similar to that anyway.
Interesting.
But
Well, it is certainly something I'm going to look into because mainly just the drama that I'm interested to see what petty drama is going on in my neighborhood.
yeah,
Uh,
there's another good one in here, and it's just somebody's like lock screen on their phone, and it says next door trending post looking for someone to plow.
yeah,
And you know what they're talking about. They want somebody to plow their driveway because
Mr.
it's got
Plow.
snow
That's
on
my
it.
name. That
But
name
like,
again is
come
Mr.
on,
Plow.
man, come on.
Yeah.
So
Well,
next door is if you're looking for a good like lighthearted drama of suburban life, check out Nextdoor. It's a good little place to get your fill of the neighborhood comings and goings. But I guess so like in your Facebook group, is there like drama in there? Will people fight each other in the comments?
that usually most things I see are, hey, I saw a dog, was kind of skittish. Is this somebody's dog? So lost pets like next door's, their bread and butter there. And I see things, our kids are selling lemonade on this street, or here's some curb alert. Here's some stuff we're putting out. Come get it, or it's going to the trash. Um, Usually not a lot of stuff in the comments. Most posts go without comments.
Oh
They'll
wow.
get some likes and things, but usually there's not a lot of chatter. So that's what I want to. I just recently took part in one because of the supposed new internet service that's coming through our neighborhood. Uh,
Rumors.
there
Rumor
lots
mill.
of comment. Well, it is coming because back at Thanksgiving in 2021, they came and dug up all our yards and laid the line. Yet there's still no service available for us. But I recently saw a guy working on the junction boxes. I was like, okay, so and somebody was asking about it. It's like I just saw him working on the corner of my street, so I think they're getting close. And that we got a lot of back and forth on that one about people wanting this. So that's probably the most active
Nice.
thread I've seen in our neighborhood group. It's pretty, and I don't know that a lot of people know about it because it tends to be the same half dozen people I see posting in there regularly.
That's
So
about what that's what it is like on Nextdoor too. It's like
okay,
there's like a weird unofficial community of content curators that are
sure,
constantly posting in there. And
yeah.
it's like, come on, dude. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care
Daily
that you have
update on my
there's a squirrel in
begonias.
my backyard. Comes every day. You know, like
Anybody got a good solution for keeping squirrels out of bird feeders? I can't take it no more.
the best thing about Nextdoor is this for sale section, at least to me, is the for sale section, and it's the free part of it. And
Yeah.
it's like free office chair. Still, it's a little gently loved, but it still works. And you look at it, and it's like missing five wheels and only
Yeah.
has one arm, and all of the padding is rubbed out of it. It's just a cover.
It sounds a lot like the chair I'm currently sitting in. Because
Probably.
here's the armrest. and it is very low to the ground because of my virtual background. You can't see, but I'm actually almost sitting on the ground. I'm so low in this chair and I can't figure out how to adjust it. So it
Are
sounds a
you
lot like
gonna
this
be
chair.
okay? Do I need to come down and get you?
I am going to be okay. I stay in this hotel a lot when I'm in this part of the world for work, but I've never stayed on this floor, so I think this floor has not been renovated
Oh, got
just
it.
yet. It's not that I'm in a bad situation. It's just this hotel room is it's interesting. Like I say, I think it has not been updated along with all the other rooms on the
You
lower
should write
floor.
about it on Nextdoor.
I should.
Complain.
I
There
should.
you go. Complain. Leave them a bad review.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and then the second favorite thing about Nextdoor is the reviews of like contractors and stuff.
Okay.
Somebody was on mine recently and was like, "Attention, do not use this company. They came to my house and they dug a hole in my wall and then they just left."
Never
And then
came
it,
back.
and then it was like people in the comments were like, "Well, did you pay them?" And she was like, "No, they didn't finish what they were doing." And I was like, well, that's why they left." Um, so they go on these ranting and raving things about these
Yeah.
and it's basically like people. It's like handyman services and stuff. It's not like companies
Yeah.
where they have
Right.
the means to protect themselves on this app and they just get dragged for 4 days.
Yeah. Right.
It's awesome. So check it
Okay.
out. If you're looking for some drama, check it out on Nextdoor. Leave your friendly local hotel a review. Armrest on chair broke off 1 star.
Yes. Broken glass on desk. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to report that because I don't
What if a
know.
child eats it?
That's true. A child could eat it, and I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. I think we should put a bow on this one, mainly just because I am worried about my safety now. Uh, you know.
If you have any funny Nextdoor stories out there, internet, please put them in the comments.
Yes, in the comment section of our
It's
podcast.
worldwide. It's worldwide.
You can put it in the comments on the YouTube version because if I haven't plugged it enough, we do a video version of the podcast each month. And our last episode had 10 views, which
Hey, double
is,
digits.
yeah, like and within days. I don't know. Usually it takes a while to get up that high. So apparently we're catching on in the video world. And if you don't watch the video version of the podcast, you're not going to see the lovely job that my daughter did on my fingernails, my purple fingernails that I have right now, and you don't see Michael's the Rock figure that's slowly fading in and out of his virtual background.
It's
I
the
think
Rock.
that's the Rock. Okay, yeah,
It is the Rock. You're good.
well,
He
I can spot him. I love the Rock, but I don't love the Rock nearly as much as the Rock loves the Rock.
It's true. I wonder what the Rock. I bet the Rock would be a hell of a Nextdoor follow.
Well, but he would have to be in every video because I have noticed because I do follow him on a number of social media channels, and everything he's in or everything he's involved in, he has to be the spokesman for, and
So it
he's
would
the
just be
hero of everything.
videos of the Rock.
Yeah.
Your Nextdoor
So
feed would just be videos of the Rock.
I just recently saw, just yesterday, I think I saw a video on Facebook concerning the XFL, and it's all hero shots of him in a suit strutting down the field and how he's coming to Texas and everything. And I'm like, I mean, I get it, but like, if this is not a movie you're promoting, or it's a company you own,
He doesn't
but
know how to do anything else. It's
yeah.
all he's got. He's throwing the dice.
So, but I was like, I mean, and it doesn't make me dislike him because I still love the guy. I still love him. I still follow him on stuff. But that's immediately my thought was, I mean, I love this guy, but not as much as he loves himself. So, anyway, all that to say, we want to thank you for joining us here on Group Chat After Dark Abroad. I realize I'm cutting into another famous sign off, so I'm stopping to allow something to happen.
I will leave you with this. This person posted on Nextdoor. I can smell the cooking and it triggers my undiagnosed allergies. Please do not cook your food, but instead opt for foods that do not require cooking, like carrot sticks and grape nut seeds. If cooking is absolutely necessary, please consider the following options: not cooking or heating food naturally. Thank you.
Is heating food naturally leaving it out in the sun?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, there you go. I'm definitely going to check out this Nextdoor thing because I got to know what's going on. Got to know the drama.
Well, in other news, I'm David Pumpkins. Any questions?
And there he goes. He left me alone in this seedy motel room by myself. But we do want to thank you for joining us here at Group Chat After Dark and for rolling with the punches on the changes. You can find us at RideThatDonkeyProductions.com, GroupChatAfterDark.com. You can find us at ToddSux.com. You can find us at lots of different things. You can find us on all the social medias. If you search for Ride That Donkey Productions, you're going to find us. So check us out, follow us, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll keep bringing you content here once a month and then the other places eventually. That's kind of my motto. So thanks again for joining us here, and we will catch you next month on Group Chat After Dark.